What is going on, guys? We are Tottenham TV here, back with another match preview. Obviously, we travel to RB Leipzig. Kickoff is Tuesday, 8 o'clock in the Champions League last 16 second leg. We trail 1-0 from the home leg. And this is not going to be an easy game. I'm just going to start this video by saying we are not, unfortunately, going to be travelling to Leipzig this time. We do have flights and we do have a match ticket. However, due to the coronavirus fears, we're not going to be making the trip there. I know people in the comments are going to be thinking, oh, what, it's just a flu, you're not at risk, you're young, there's such a small amount of population, it's very low risk. However, from reports, it affects old people and it can affect them quite severely, especially old people who have recently had cancer treatment. And my grandpa has recently gone through cancer treatment very recently. He's come through it, thank God, and he's done so well, and he's made a full recovery. However, if he was to contract the coronavirus, he would be very, very vulnerable in that situation. So in this scenario, we've thought about it long and hard. We were thinking whether or not to make the trip, and we have decided not to do it just because I don't want to have any sort of chance, even though it might be a very low chance, that I put my grandpa at risk. And obviously I don't want to stop seeing him and visiting him, and obviously my two other grandparents as well who are getting on a bit. Older people are more vulnerable, so we've decided not to make the trip. But obviously I don't think it's the wrong thing to do for Spurs fans to make the trip. I hope that all you guys have a great time out there. Drink up, sing up for the lads. Hopefully you make it through to the next round and you have a great time. But unfortunately, we just haven't made it. So there you have it. That's what we're going to say on that. In terms of the game, it couldn't get any worse in terms of our injuries. Not only is Son out, not only is Kane out, but now at the end of the Burnley game, we all saw Stevie B, Bergwijn was limping off the pitch, and it turns out that he's now unlikely to play again this season. So when it rains, it pours, apparently, for Tottenham on the injury front. Doesn't look like we're going to have many attacking options for this game. Hope maybe we'll have a front three of Lamela, if he can even stay fit, because he struggles way twice a week. Lucas came on at half time, so he'll have to play in this game. He's our only really fit attacker, and then Dele Alli will also be starting. So our attacking options, if they weren't even limited enough, they're limited even more, which is absolutely fantastic. Obviously, it was very interesting. Jose Mourinho was asked before the game if we could expect any more heroics from Lucas Moura, and he made the point that in the Ajax game, what changed the game is Fernando Llorente coming on at half time. We were able to go long. We were able to aim it to Llorente's head, get to his chest, and he was able to dominate the Ajax centre backs, and asked them a question they weren't asked in the first half of whether they can compete physically as well as on the floor. And it turned out Delight and Daley Blind, they couldn't compete physically. However, we do not have that option this game, because we didn't offer Llorente a new contract in the summer. We didn't sign a target man in January or in the summer. So it means that we are very short of that very specific skill set that got us back in the game in the semi-final of the Champions League. So we're going to have to find another way to get through in this tie, and it's looking very, very unlikely, in all honesty. Obviously, our form since the RB Leipzig game hasn't been good. We've lost 3 and drawn 1 of our 4 games, I think, since that game. Leipzig as well, though, to be fair, haven't had the best of it, although they've played 3 games since our first leg game. They did win 5-0 away at Schalke, so there's that. But then there are other 2 games. They drew away at Wolfsburg and they drew at home to Leverkusen. So their form, although they haven't lost, they have drawn the last 2 games, so they're maybe not in the best of form. But this is an uphill task, to say the least, for us, and I'm not sure that we're going to be up to it. Obviously, the criticism for Tanguy and Ndombele was heavy from Jose Mourinho after the Burnley game. He was hauled off at half time. Sky Sports were going deep into analysis of his performance, and they were not impressed at all. 0 sprints in that first half, and they showed various clips of him just ambling around, walking around, not being alert, not being active, especially off the ball. And that's the biggest question mark I've always had of Tanguy and Ndombele since he's come to the club. I think he's been great on the ball when he's had the ball at his feet. He's able to dribble, he's able to pass. I think he's been fantastic. But I think off the ball, I think Jose has a point. I don't think he's shown enough. I don't think that he's physical enough off the ball. I don't think he is aware defensively of his runners, and I feel like he clearly has the physical attributes to be a beast in the centre, but I feel like he hasn't quite got to grips with how to use his physicality yet. He lets players run off him way too easily. He doesn't know his defensive positioning, and especially as well his movement off the ball in terms of when to receive the ball, it's nowhere near enough, and he needs to up his game. Clearly it's therefore to see he has the technical ability, he has the quality to be a star in the Premier League. There's no doubt about that. Even Jamie Carragher was able to point out his abilities on the ball, but he needs to be showing more. And I don't quite like the fact that Jose Mourinho has been criticising him publicly. I feel uncomfortable with that. But clearly he's been exacerbated by the problems that Tanguy has been offering, and the fact that the cold hard truth is we signed him. He's our record signing, 65 million, and he's not in the wage front as well. He's joint level with Harry Kane. He's on 200 grand a week, and when you're on that kind of level of performance, when your agent has demanded that of you because he says that's how much you're worth, then you have to be showing that, and you have to be showing that on the pitch. And I know it takes time for players to develop. It took a bit of time for Giovanni Lo Celso to bed in. It's taken time for like Sissoko and Son to bed in, but the difference is their difficulties weren't through the lack of trying, weren't through lack of effort, and that's where you see the difficulties with Tanguy Ndombele apparently is. And he's done it in the past with players like Paul Pogba, and he's done it with other players as well, criticised them publicly. Some players react well, some players don't. Tanguy Ndombele in previous clubs has reacted well, not so much to public criticism, but he's reacted well to himself being criticised. So hopefully he can react well to this. We actually might need him in this game. We might have to start him because we're so severely lacking in attacking options. Maybe if we can get reaction out of him, he can clearly be one of the best midfielders that we have. But I think he's got a long way to go. Hopefully he reacts positively to the criticism. Hopefully he gets his act together. But I really hope that he can really improve, because I do 100% agree with Mourinho. What we saw in the first half against Burnley was nowhere near good enough. 0 sprints, 0. That just says it all, to be honest. In terms of where else we might be able to threaten on the pitch, obviously a lot is going to be riding on Giovanni Lo Celso. A lot of it's going to be going through him. He's going to be pretty much our only hope. If he can somehow turn in the performances he's been putting in recently, we might have half a chance of getting something out of this game. Obviously, we're only 1-0 down. Any sort of win in this game, except for 1-0, will take us through. So there's a bit of hope in that sense, but the way RB Leipzig have been playing this season and the way they play their football just makes me think that it's going to be extremely difficult, and I really don't expect anything else but a defeat in this game. The only thing that gives me a bit of hope is they haven't been playing too well recently in the past 2 games. But other than that, if I was to make a prediction, I'm going to say about 2-0 to Leipzig. For all honesty, I can't see us getting a good result in this game, and if we do get defeated in the last 16, that season pretty much done. 7 points behind top 4 now, out of the FA Cup and now out of the Champions League. It's pretty depressing stuff, being a Tottenham fan. If we do go out tomorrow, obviously it keeps our season alive with victory, but it's going to be very unlikely. I know I'm very down and depressed, but I've been predicting non-win for the past few games. Everyone being in the comments saying, "Why are you being so negative? Why aren't you being positive? You should be backing us." But let's be honest, I've been right. I predicted us not to win against Wolves. I predicted us not to win last week against Burnley. I said it was going to be 1-1. I predicted us not to win against Chelsea. So I've been right every step of the way. So I think it's a case of where's the positivity coming from? All the injuries, the state of our squad, how we're playing as well, the defensive style of football. We're not playing on the front foot. We're not giving games a go. We're kind of waiting out until things get really bad, and then we're changing it when we're losing. No Bergwijn as well, massive blow. Who gave us a bit of hope in this game if he was fit. It's not great. Not going to lie to you. It's not a great situation at the moment. But in football, you never ever know. So there's always the lottery. So, we were 3-0 down against Ajax, even though in that game we had Lorente that turned it around, and we don't have this game. So it's not likely whatsoever we're going to get through in this tie. But, and you never ever know in football. So if we can somehow get a result in this game, maybe it could give us a boost from now to the end of the season. Here's hoping. Let's see how this game turns out. Let us know in the comments below. How do you think the game is going to go? Like, subscribe if you like our content. Also, let us know what you thought of Jose Mourinho and his comments about Tonga Ndombele. I want to know your thoughts on that. If you thought he was right to criticise him publicly, or you thought he should have kept it in-house. Let us know in the comments below. And as always, come on you Spurs.